Sorry about my hair. I've been wearing a woolly hat and using my electric skateboard, and I can't really use it properly. Whoa! It's really fun. I'll tell you what, you can go fast on those things. And I've got on it, and it's going to be my mode of transport. It's back and forth to the shops. And when I got it, it was with my dad's inheritance. It was a frivolous spend. I didn't need it at the time as much as it's going to be life-saving for me now. And I didn't use it. We just sat there for about a year. And now I need it for living on a boat. I can see how much it's going to save me. It's like where I am with my physical health as well. I can barely walk. And what I've been doing when I get on the board, I've used it about a handful of times. Still really allowing myself to make mistakes and just go slow and learn it. But when I got on it, the temptation is to go fast and like just try and be like, is it Tony Hawk back in the day? Tony Hawk's, so he's a pro skateboarder, I know. But the reason I purchased a skateboard rather than one of those scooters was because I don't want to do any damage to my posture. And I tried to analyse the options available. I had a bike because I lost the key to the lock and I had to leave it with my old flat. So it wasn't a consideration to get an electric bike. And the choices were really between those two, a scooter and a skateboard. But with a scooter, you've got 3 options: left foot forward, right foot forward, or legs together, really, really tight on that thin board. And I looked at it and I realised if you're going to be using something like that, like driving for instance, to get about with, and you're going to use it a lot, the body gets placed in a really strange place where the mind and eyes are alert, the energy is alive, and the body's relaxed. And in that place we can create damage. I think half my problem is from driving that I've done. Pretty much the only driving I did was back and forth from the flat to the boat. But in that short amount of time, because that's the energy, that's the situation, I think my body didn't appreciate it. And I could foresee that happening with a scooter. But with a board, you're standing sideways, and it's not the best thing looking that way. And I thought, I can't do that. I'm going to be... it's just as bad as on one of those scooters or driving. But then I realised what I'll do is just change the straps. And that's what I did before I started using it. I changed the foot straps. And the intention is, once I get to grips with using it on my stronger side, is to then balance out the trips between my strong side and my weak side. So my body's getting a full a balance. But the thing is, more than anything, is that the stance is quite wide. And I figured that I could do some Qigong training. Not Qigong training, but I figured when I'm on it, I'll be in my Qigong stance that my uncle taught me. And it's a very grounded stance. And I'm able to do that with the wide stance of the board. So I'm going slow. I haven't done Qigong for ages. My body's all not really working. Like the hips are just misaligned to the nth degree, and my body shakes and jitters. But the other day I used it, and it was like I got into my Qigong stance, and it was amazing. I'm still going very, very slow, but once I get to grips with it, and I can get on the board, and I know my body in the Qigong stance, and I know the board how to use it, I'm gonna be zipping by. I'm gonna be like, be quicker to use the board than using a car. With a car, you got to park it, and living on a boat, it's not always close. Whereas I just jump on the board, and it's got a 20-mile range, but the control is terrible. I used it for 4 miles, and the controller ran out of battery, so I've got to bring a battery pack with me. Always when using it, so fingers crossed I don't have any problems there in the future. But I'm at my other boat now, and this is the boat that's been giving me the stress. I've been trying to sell it for about 7-8 months, and my life and my mental health haven't allowed. So I've got my life into a place where I was like, I need to sell it. I need it gone. Otherwise, it's either going to get taken, or it's going to sink, or I'm going to have squatters in it again. And the stress level has been huge because I really need the money from the boat, and it's been such a ordeal to sell. But I listed it on eBay 3 times. I've had a few people mess me about. What it is a really weird sell, because I could have sold the boat a long time ago if my health was in check. I could have finished the painting, and I could have got like £7,000, £8,000 for it. But with my health, I had to stop, and then I had to focus on my move. So I've not been able to do any work, and it's as you can see, the masking tape's still on the windows, ready for paint. But as I said, I listed it on eBay, and the second winner that messed me about, and I listed it for the 3rd time, he came back to me and said, all right. Oh, so that's it. As part of the sale, there's no viewings. That's what I was trying to get at. I couldn't. Once I realised I'm not going to be able to finish the painting, I tried to sell it privately. And where I tried to sell it privately, I had a view. I was able to. No, I couldn't hold any viewings. My mental health just wouldn't allow it. My physical health. And I was really stumped how I'm going to get rid of it. Anyway, fast forward 8 months, I managed to put it on eBay, and I had to put in the listing, this is not a view to buy. In other words, you're not going to come and view it, you're going to buy it. And not only that, what I had to put in the listing was a case of, I also need the money first. Not because I need the money first, but I need the guarantee that when I come to exchange keys and give you the keys, I'm not going to have someone waste my time, look at the boat and think, no thank you, and I'm left there, and it's taken me all the effort that I need to get there, which is on the other side of London at the moment, and back again, for you not to buy it and to mess me about. So I'm sure that all brought the price down, and where I could have sold it for 7,000-8,000, it sold for about 2,000 in the end. In the condition it's in at the moment, you'd be getting around 3,500, maybe 4, if you're lucky. But it's also the wrong time of the year, and I walk away with a massive loss, but I walk away with something at a time that I need something. So I'm here at the boat. I've not long arrived. And it's weird because I remember in the summer when I was able to do some work on it. I wouldn't call it a nice experience, but the sun was shining and I was a lot more able than I am now. And I'm on a boat. If you're on a boat when the sun's shining and you've got things to do, it's just the best experience on the canals. So I guess it was the best experience I've had in the past year. Not that I look at it and think that was a nice experience. I remember how traumatized I was at the time. But I got here now and I had a few of those feelings flood back to me. And I thought I'd share a moment of, I don't know what to call it. It's just a lighter moment to the rest of my life. One, because I'm here and I found out, well, it's still here. The solar panel's still on it. Nobody's broken in. Nobody's squatting on it like before. And that's a huge relief because I've taken the money from the boat. And that money's not mine until I hand over the keys. Because me and my luck, my whole life, things can always go wrong till the last moment. That's just my luck. Before my mental health, it's always been like this. Every time I try and sell something, I get a lot less than it's worth. But it is what it is. And it's one step closer to being sold. And I'm not taking my foot off the pedal just yet. As I said, I need to hand over the keys. But it's like the final sprint. I need to come back on Sunday to see the guy here, meet the guy here, give him the keys, and it should all go smoothly. But that was my that was my life before my mental health. And my mental health, as I said, the journey this boat has taken me on is insane. I had squatters on it for God's sake, and I thought it was stolen. I didn't know what was going on. The person that was squatting on it has been terrorizing me ever since through my mental health, so I didn't even think. But selling the boat is one step closer to getting him out of my head. So it's all fun and games. I've got a bit of tidying up to do down here. Move around the corner, and we can take that stress level down just that little bit. I won't allow it to go down any more, even though it's the final sprint. I hope your minds are turning to the weekend and taking back something from all your hard work the whole week. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy your friends, your family, and enjoy life. I had the realization the other day about why we're so enslaved as a race, and it's really coming to the fore at the moment. Not for me, but in that observation of why, with things as they are at the moment in the world, I perceive it through that perception that we're going through it again, that enslavement process, and we don't even realize it. So enjoy yourselves, enjoy this world, enjoy your life. I know I criticise this world, especially the modern world, you know, society as it's become. You know, I preach about nature, I preach about spiritual ideas of life, but if we're slaves in the first instance, and we're having to work and give so much of our time and energy for essentially a trade for that hard work we do, living by nature, hunting, building homes, finding firewood, sourcing water. But you can't take away hugging a tree, can you? Going for a walk in the forest, seeing wild animals, smelling that fresh healing air, drinking that pure water, knowing that you built your home, knowing that you didn't just go to the shop and spend £2 on some meat that's taken 30 days to grow before it's murdered. You went out and killed to eat. And all the lessons that gives a person and makes them grow, not in this world but in this life, in life. And what you, more than me, I don't work, may get given is 2 days at the weekend to go out and enjoy this life with the benefits of the luxuries of this modern world. And it's to see the truth, but to know your position and know what you can and can't do. And in those terms, you've got to keep your head above water. You've got to stay positive, stay strong. And if you have to go to the cinema, if you have to go and buy some clothes, go to a restaurant, you're going to do it. And when you do it, enjoy yourselves. You need that level of enjoyment in your life. But you know the truth. So you're patient for those friendly bastards in the sky that sit there twiddling their thumbs they decide now is the right time to come and help us. And if it ever gets too much for you, don't feel too bad about sending an F word or two up to the sky to give them a little hurry along in their infinite patience to not help. Enjoy yourselves this weekend.